Hello guys, hello YouTube. If you're wondering why we were just laughing is I've been talking to this phone for 5 minutes now and hadn't been recording anything. I apparently just took a picture of us. But anyway, I'm Chris.
I'm Stacy.
I have to cue her every time because she acts like she don't know when to just jump in here. Anything else you want to add?
No.
Anyway, today we are traveling down to ClayBank Homestead. We're visiting another homesteader. Their names are David and Charlotte. David goes by Cowboy. You can't figure that one out. I mean, out of the two of us, he's the cowboy. But anyway.
They don't have a YouTube channel.
Yeah, they don't have a YouTube channel. So what we're probably going to do is, I don't know how often, I don't want to make any promises to it, but we will periodically make videos down there at ClayBank Homestead of some of the things that David's got going on, because I help him out quite a bit, or we help him out quite a bit. So it's pretty nice. Today we're going to finish up the chicken tractor. We've already built a few of them. We're in the process of building another one. We haven't done a video on them, so we're going to do one on this one. Anyway, I want to say thank you to all of y'all for all the subscriptions. We have been having them just pour in lately, and we really appreciate the support.
Very much.
I can't figure out why anybody wants to watch us. I know why people want to watch this. She's so pretty, but can't figure out why. But it's cool. No complaints. Keep on coming back. But we greatly appreciate all the support, and so let's get to ClayBank and see if we can get a chicken tractor built. What else we gonna do?
Have fun. Eat some supper.
Have fun and eat some supper. That's all you can come up with? Have fun and eat some supper. I'm over here talking my head off, and she comes up with have fun and eat some supper.
That's two good things right there.
That's two good things. Alright, so we will keep you posted. Thanks. It's funny because every time I grab my phone, she goes to cleaning her face off and putting her drink down and all that, so get a glimpse of what she's really like. Watch this monster in her natural habitat.
He's so mean to me.
We're almost there. I'm going to give y'all kind of a view of what ClayBank Homestead, looks like. Got a pretty place down here. Live
It
up
is
on the
very
hill.
pretty.
They call it ClayBank because they literally live on ClayBank. But we're almost there. Guys, this is ClayBank Homestead. Let's see what they got going on. Here we are at ClayBank Homestead.
There's that boy of mine.
Stop it!
Here's the famous cowboy.
That's me.
See what I mean? Out of the two of us, he's the cowboy.
I'm the real cowboy though.
He's the wannabe cowboy. He just don't look as good as me. Here's the famous Charlotte. What we having for supper tonight?
We're having pork roast, homemade biscuits, macaroni salad, squash, and I don't.
Mashed potatoes.
What you got? You got bashful in front of the camera? Come on.
Yes.
What else we having?
Mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes. There's that beautiful daughter of mine.
Thank you for all our subscribers. Make sure you
Yeah.
go watch
Word.
Where's Fred and
I told
our
them that
new
earlier,
baby
but
bunnies.
yeah, our new baby bunnies. That's right. I told them that earlier, but you can never say it too many times.
Never.
Nope.
So let's go see this chicken tractor.
Hey, this is Cowboy from the ClayBank Homestead in Bonifay, Florida. This is my sidekick, Trixie. We've had her about 4 years now, but she's a real good dog. She's not a guardian watchdog. She is not that. I have problems with coyotes.
Well, she could be, because that's all she does is watch.
Well, she watches them all right. She'll watch a coyote come in and go away with a chicken in her mouth most of the time. But she's a good dog. We really enjoy her. She don't chase chickens or anything that we have, and that's a good thing. So, but her name's Trixie. We live here in Bonifay, Florida. We live on a clay bank. 100 million years ago, this used to be the river bank. All the good stuff wound up in the bottom down there. So what we got left up here is just clay and a lot of iron ore. Very hard to grow anything on. So thanks to some homesteaders and YouTube, I learned how to do hugel culture. And we'll go show you that in a minute. We got some pretty good hugel mounds going on.
He's got a great looking garden on them hugel mounds.
Yeah, they're really starting to do good.
They kind of exploded over the last 2 weeks.
Yeah. Actually, it just started this year with the hugel culture, so they really hadn't even got settled. So they say when you build one, go ahead and plant on it, and that's the truth. It really does good. Last year we tried to garden and wound up harvesting absolutely zero, nothing. So we couldn't even grow a squash. And if you can't grow a squash, something's wrong. So that's what we got here, and we'll have a look at it in just a little while.
All right. Let's walk them around the chicken tractor a little bit. Tell them what you got going on here.
Well, this is the idea of a chicken tractor. This one right here is 6 foot wide, 12 foot long. We got back here, we have the hutch. It's pretty good size. It's 3 by 6. On the very back, we have 4 laying boxes. The chickens seem to enjoy it pretty good.
And this is the same milk crates that we used on the chicken trucks and the chicken wagons.
Yeah, there's just a lot of things you can do with these. To repurpose, they're good repurposed material. So you can do a lot with them.
And like I told y'all earlier, this one is incomplete.
Yeah.
This one we're still working on, but it will have wheels right here. You put wheels here and on the other side over there. And then he's been putting a rope in the front, a big thick rope.
And using PVC pipe on the very bottom for a slide.
Right.
Really easy to move. So it's just something that we're starting to do here. It's very beneficial for us to use them, but it's turning out, this is the third one that we built this week. and we just get rid of them fast as we can build them. So,
And this is made out of conduit here for it resembles a hoop house really. But you just bend the, what is this, 10-foot conduit?
yeah. Actually, these are a little bit longer. These are probably 12 foot.
Right. So you just screw them down to the 2x4 and run them over there, and then attach your chicken wire to it and frame up. We've got to put the door on this one. So we'll get the door put on it, and there'll be a slide door up in there. For your chicken coop, you know, so when they get up in there, then you can close the door and keep them in there at night.
Yeah, and it's ideal because when they do go up in here to roost at night, you can close the door. Well, in the morning, that next morning, all you have to do is move the chicken tractor down and then open the door on fresh grass. They're ready to go.
David's the first one that I've seen that's actually built a chicken coop inside of a tractor, and this actually works out well. He puts a ladder, a little ladder, you know, from there to run a board across the top of the 2x4. That way it never drags the ground, and then fasten that little ladder to it. That way whenever you move it, nothing's actually sitting on the ground to stop it.
And guess what's in it, guys? You got it, YouTube. My saying now is, being how that there's Google and YouTube, there is absolutely no reason for ignorance. You can learn to do anything. And if I can do it, anybody can do it.
On the last one, he actually made it to where this tin actually folds up, so because this wire runs all the way up under this tin. So you can actually fold this tin up and let air breathe through there, but he was talking about actually making a removable
Yeah, we'll
panel.
probably just cut it right here and make a panel that you can actually just take off. Back behind here, it just gives them more ventilation. It gets kind of hot here in North Florida,
And humid.
you know, so we want to try to make the chickens as comfortable as we can. And this is another good thing about the top. This is galvalume. And the sun can be beaten down on this stuff, and you can put your hand on it and it's still cool.
That's right.
And up under here is 1/4-inch Luan. So you not only have, you have an insulating factor against the sun. So the chickens that go up in here, if they do go up in the daytime to go to the nest boxes, it's not so hot that it's unbearable for them. Everything is designed for the benefit of the chicken, make the chicken comfortable.
That's right. And one thing we left out right here, we put hinges here on this wood, so this will actually fold up. Now this is not done yet. This one, we just got this up here for now, but this will actually be hinged right here, so you can fold up and get your eggs out. So you can actually put laying hens in the chicken tractor, which is great. I mean,
Yeah, one this size, you can actually put 10 or 12 chickens in it comfortably. So they're not on top of each other. Good situation.
and when we started building these, I was concerned about the weight of it. You know, I was building it out of 2x4s, and this coop has a plywood floor in it, but this actually turned out to work pretty good. It's not that hard to move. I'm sure my son could move it around the yard. You know,
Right, yeah, once we get the wheels on
Yeah.
it, he'll be able to.
because the wheels hold it up about an inch off the ground.
About an inch.
About an inch off the ground, and then you just pull the rope in the front, and with the PVC sliders up under the 2x4s, I mean, it just kind of slides right across the ground.
Now it is heavy enough that a coyote or the neighbor's dog or whatever is not going to get up under it and pick it up. They're heavy, but they are manageable.
That's right.
So that's one of the things that we've been looking at is in the design of this is to be easy to move, heavy enough to protect your flock. You want to go out to the hugel bed and look at the hugel?
Yeah, let's go out there.
Okay, guys, this is hugel country. This is something I learned on YouTube. It's very new to me. I've never gardened like this before. Around this area, people use tractors. You can see my neighbor over here. He's got his tractor. He does more conventional gardening. I'm doing something that's a little bit different. You dig a ditch. You dig it deep and wide. You say, how wide? Well, as wide as you can stand. You say, how long? Well, these are about 80 foot, but if I could, I'd dig them 180 foot. And you'll see why in just a minute when I show you. But this right here has been a real life changer for me, the way that I garden. This changes everything.
And we are going to do this too at McClendon Homestead. That's something that we're going to do in the future.
Yeah.
I mentioned earlier that we come down here pretty frequently to help out ClayBank Homestead, but they actually come, you know, to our homestead and they help us out too. So this is something we're going to do at McClendon Homestead in the future. So keep.
Yeah, this is something we're learning.
So keep looking for that one.
You know, we're all learning how to do this, and the longer we do it, I've already learned some things about this just this year. So and
it works very well for the south, you know, where it's hot and humid down here all the time. I mean, you don't have to water every day. You know, these things, you'll see the process here in a minute, but we're going to try to work our way up to that. But they hold water. That's the whole purpose of this.
Now you see that I have my sprinklers on, but the reason that I'm watering is because I got stuff growing in between the hugel beds. This is something else that I'm learning. Once I get this built up, this one here, I get this one built up like this one, then in between the hugel beds, I'm going to pile trees and stuff in between, and then we're going to build a grow platform above in between.
Right.
So we're just look at this. This is what we got to work with. And this is, down here it's kind of sandy, but it's not really nutritional. You'll find most of the places down here in the south has been farmed so much that there's not a lot of nutrients in the soil anymore. Everything's kind of depleted. So we're looking at doing stuff different to rebuild the soil.
And this here, you know, right here, put the camera up in here so we can see. How deep did you dig this one?
This one right here is 3 foot deep, probably 5 foot wide and 80 foot long.
And then you just take your trees, broken limbs, you know, all that good stuff, and you just keep adding it to this.
Yeah.
You know, until you're above ground level, you know, and you just keep stacking it on there as much as you got. Just put it on there.
You can see this one over here. This hugel bed is 4 foot tall. And it started out, this ditch right here was not as wide as this one. But you'll see, I mean, check this out. Now you can see this is about waist high. If you get right in here, this dirt right here is already starting to break down, and you can see that it's moist. Now the sprinklers hadn't watered this over here. You can see that this hay is dry, and I'm watering back this way because of the corn and tomato plants and stuff. But and the thing about hugel beds is you plant everything on there, everything you want to grow, you just put it all in there. We don't row crop anymore. We plant eggplants with watermelons, with collard greens, with broccoli, squash, peppers. We plant all that together because I think it confuses the insects actually. Keeps them guessing where the food is. This is a white scallop squash. I put these seeds in the ground, They're looking really, really healthy. They hadn't been up that long. Now, one of the things that we're learning, some things are susceptible to downy mildew. This stuff right here. So to be able to fix this situation, we're going to start growing the squash up on the top where there's air circulation.
The humidity and dew and all that good stuff. This is downy mildew, and it'll rot the leaves out, kind of like this one over here.
It'll kill the plant eventually.
And it'll eventually kill the plant.
Yeah.
Now there is a remedy for this that we found that
Yeah.
we're going to try, and it's baking soda. I can't remember exactly right now what all was mixed in there, but
Baking soda, cooking oil, and Dawn dishwashing liquid.
that's correct. And the Dawn dishwashing liquid is nothing more than an oil to help it stick to the plant.
Yeah.
But this is caused, I believe that this is caused because it's on the bottom side of the hugel, and there's not enough airflow through here to dry the leaves off.
That's exactly
So
what it is.
we're gonna put them up top next time.
But look at these squash. I mean, these are great.
Yep.
And we've had several helpings of these already, and they're really good. I see the watermelons are starting to bloom. So I'm looking at those. Those are starting to bloom. We got peppers hanging off of the pepper plant. They're looking pretty good. Now, you're not supposed to be growing broccoli here this time of the year.
That's right.
But look at this plant. I mean, look
Sprinkler's
at
trying to
this.
wet us.
This plant is looking really, really good. And there's a worm. If the chickens found that, they'd be having a field day. But this is what we're doing here. Walk around to the other end, and we'll go in between.
Show them this corn right here. Look at the corn. Now, a week ago, this was just a few inches high. This is really taking off. And then about a week ago, the corn on the other side that we're fixing to show you it was about that size.
Yeah,
So look at this corn over here.
this is 2 weeks older than this.
Yeah.
Oh, this is something I just set out too. This is avocado. And they were looking kind of bad, but look at the new growth. See, this is all new growth.
Coming back pretty.
Now these are tomatoes.
And this was his idea for a trellis for
Yeah.
all the tomatoes and stuff. Look at the tomatoes over here.
Yeah, we're starting. I can't wait to be able to partake of that.
I showed him how to grow those.
Yeah.
But look at this corn. You see how big and tall this corn is
This
here?
stuff is really.
This is really taking off. A week ago, this was the size of that small corn over there. And
Now you could not do this last year. Last year we tried to grow corn, and it just absolutely looked terrible. I think we might have got 10 or 12 ears out of all the corn that we planted last year. It just, nothing did good. But I'm so glad that the information is out there that you can learn how to do new stuff. And unconventional, yes, but unconventional has really changed the whole game plan for me.
and it's really paid off in this act. I mean, as you can see, like he said, a year ago he couldn't grow one stalk of corn out here.
This one right here really I didn't put enough dirt on it. I need to go back and put more dirt, and that's what I'll be doing.
We should tell them too what layers of what you put on them.
Okay, well, you start off, you fill the ditch with trees, and you want to use oak trees. You don't want to use black walnut that's got some toxicity. You don't want to use pine unless that it's already become pecky. So use your oak trees, and the more rotten the better, because what happens is they start growing fungi. If you look, the sun has come out and killed them. But I can come out here most any morning and find mushrooms growing out of these hugel beds, and that's a good sign. You want the fungi, so it all helps with the growing process. So what you do is you come in, we'll haul dirt from the bottom down there, and we'll start putting dirt in here, and then we'll add more trees, and we'll get this up about this high. And once we get it up about this high, we'll cover it up with hay. And the hay is just an added benefit. That stuff is like, it's kind of like stored up energy in the hay. And everything can benefit from it. I've been waiting for this to get a little bit bigger so I can put hay in between it. But this is what I want to show you. This is clay. This is almost pottery clay. And you can see how it just, once it gets wet, it's like a ball. You make like a ball out of it. It's not good to grow anything in. So we had to do something else. Now, this is something else we're doing too. These are domesticated blackberries, but everything that I'm planting is planted on some type of hugel bed. This little ditch here is full of trees. Our trees that we plant, I'll show you one of those. We come over here, I'll show you one of these trees. You can see how these apple trees are really taking off. I had them planted down here. You would have thought that would have been pretty good dirt, but they were they just didn't want to grow. So we dug a hole, we filled it up with logs and wood, and we planted the trees on top of it, and just look at all this new growth. This is all new. And they're looking good. They're looking really good. Oh, that's something right here that I'm kind of excited about. These are chayote squash. Louisiana, we call them merleton. But these are perennial. You plant these one time. I got 3 planted over there by that oak tree. When these sprout, they will cover this tree. And these things are very, very good. They're in the squash family. What you do is you plant them about halfway in the dirt, and that thing will sprout off the end, and it'll start growing. That's just the way I planted these. Come on, I'll show you a big one.
Show us a big one, David.
I'm going to show you a big one. I'm really excited about these because, you know, you plant them one
Trixie
time.
is too. Look how excited Trixie is. Trixie, you excited? Trixie,
She does eat
are you
blueberries.
excited?
When I go pick blueberries, she'll pick them too. This thing is going nuts. And these things are so good. They're very nutritious. You can fry them like French fries, potatoes. You can make casseroles out of them. You can do just about anything with them, and they're really good. I'm probably, it's going to be safe to say that this trellis system that I have here is not sufficient. This needs a much bigger trellis system.
It's outgrowed this pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean this.
I remember just a couple weeks ago when this was once again almost
well,
nothing.
it was like that one over there.
Yeah, I mean,
And it's doing really good now. Look at this. This is cool. This thing shoots out a tentacle like this right here, and the end of it will wrap around, and then it will coil itself. It's like a coil spring. So when the wind blows, the wind can't tear it loose. See how that is? It's pretty amazing. It's a really amazing little plant.
Trixie, you think that's amazing?
She said it's break time. Trixie, let's go in the storm shelter.
Let's
Come
go
on.
show them the storm shelter.
Come on, let's go see the
Come
storm
on, we got to
shelter.
finish the tour. We can't take a break right now.
You guys have to excuse my mess.
He wouldn't let me show y'all the front yard.
Listen, I do most of this by myself, so I have time to make a mess, but I don't have time to clean it up.
All right, I'll let you go in there with the camera and show
This
them.
is gonna be,
This is a storm shelter.
yeah. So what I done, I took an old school bus and I took it off the frame and I dug into this bank. Now this embankment, if you was standing here, there's probably 10 or 12 foot elevation difference between the bottom of the garden down there to here. And then the ridge behind this is actually about 1.5 2 foot taller than the top of this bus. So we're gonna put siding in here, go ahead and put a bathroom. There'll be bunks, there'll be a little kitchenette, there'll be built-in sofas, just all the comforts of home, because hurricane season, hurricanes just don't come and they're gone in an hour. You wind up spending, you could be in here 10, 12 hours. Well, when you got several people in here, they're gonna need a place to go to the bathroom. You know, you're gonna drink coffee, so you're gonna have to go to the bathroom some more, so.
And look at these doors. Can't buy these doors. It's high-tech redneck doors.
Only ClayBank.
Bye, honey.
Only ClayBank Homestead can make it.
Yeah, I built these doors out of timber forms, and there's a locking system on there.
Trixie said break time.
There they are.
Those are very pretty doors.
They are nice doors.
Well,
We'll put a door like that
the
on my
most
chicken
vulnerable part about this is the front.
coop. Right.
So if you're
Show them
thinking,
the side of it. Show them the side.
Oh yeah.
Look how he dug down in the bank.
yeah, and I'm not done. I mean, I still got to put more dirt on. But there's going to be a retaining wall right here that will come all the way across the front, and then I can go ahead and finish putting the dirt on, and there'll be about probably twice as much dirt. It'll come all the way out to here, and then kind of grade off. But when I get done, there'll be about 12 inches of dirt on the very top.
You see the show them the vent, you know.
Yeah. We got roof turbines.
See that turbine down there spinning? That creates the air circulation, ventilation for the inside. But look at this right here.
And this stuff is getting packed down really good.
Look at this. Cowboy is so good, he can grow grass on top of a school bus.
Yeah, imagine that, because you know there's not that much dirt up here,
That's right.
and but the dirt that I put up here was pretty good dirt. I got it from the bottom. We hauled it up from the bottom. It's not clay. So, but a pretty nice view from up here. You can see the field behind us. And once I get my, listen, we had Hurricane Michael, and it just caused a lot of debris. It was a blessing in one way, because that's where all my trees for my hugel beds come from. But we'll come on down here. I've got a hot tub. And we're not putting a hot tub in to get in, okay? We're not gonna do that. But we're gonna dig a hole and we're gonna put a hot tub in right here. And we're gonna use that for a koi pond. But what we're gonna do, back up here,
Koi fish.
right back up here, I'm gonna build like a waterfall. We'll pump the water up here, and it's gonna go all the way down, and there'll be a couple of waterfalls coming back, and it'll come back and run back into the koi pond. So that's gonna be a neat little. I like to sit around and listen to running water.
Right.
I mean, it's just something
Relaxing.
very relaxing. You can put a hammock up under here and listen to that water. You could be nice to get some rest every now and then. This is my ant killing. This is my ant killing station. You say, what in the world is this? Well,
That's what
we
it looks
have
like.
we have fire ants here in Florida, and they are straight from hell. I mean, I ain't kidding you. A fire ant has no feelings. He's gonna bite you, sting you. He's gonna eat your plant. So what I do is I build a fire and I fill this up with water, and then I find the beds and I pour that boiling water on them beds, and
He boils the water over these racks
Yeah.
right here. He'll build a fire up under the racks.
and it kills. I mean, there was a bed right here.
Ain't right, Trixie?
There was a bed here. There was a bed up here. And I poured that boiling water on, and there's no more ants. I mean, it kills them, wipes them out.
And Trixie helps so much with all this.
I know.
She
You're a
gets
hard
so
working dog.
she gets so tired.
She just
So much
loves
work.
it. So shout out to Trixie for helping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to start your own channel. Won't we?
Well, she's got her spot in the storm shelter. It stays cool in there, and every now and then she will prompt me to go take a break. And she's got a bed in there, and she'll go in there and lay down. And I got a hammock in there, and I'll take me a little siesta in there. It's really nice. It's cool.
Trixie thinks the storm shelter is a big old dog
It's a
house.
big dog house.
That the humans come to visit her in. Have some
Well,
rest.
So that's what we got going on at ClayBank Homestead.
They got it going on though. Yeah, this is just nice. But we appreciate the tour, David, or Cowboy.
Well,
We appreciate the tour.
I don't have a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So you don't have to like and subscribe to me.
And
But Chris, my son-in-law and my daughter, they have McClendon Homestead, and listen, they're putting out some good videos, and whatever content that I have here, I just, throw it over there on theirs. It gives y'all something to look at and see how successful that the information on YouTube is. There's a lot of stuff on YouTube that is really beneficial to the homesteader, the newbie, which, I didn't think that I was a newbie, but let me tell you something.
still a lot to learn.
Yeah,
every
there's
day.
a lot to learn when you're doing stuff that I've never heard of.
Right.
And seeing the benefits of it, it's just really outstanding. So, thank y'all for coming by.
Yeah.
And
Thank y'all for having us.
y'all come back when I get something else new started. Come back and have a look,
Right.
okay?
We'll definitely do it. We're going to create a way. Anybody who watches any of the videos that we're going to do here in the future, and we're going to be doing a few when we do special projects and stuff. A lot of that stuff is done down here at ClayBank. So we're going to create a way, maybe an email address or something that I will put in all the videos. That way, if any of y'all want to get in touch directly with them, then y'all can do that
Yeah,
through our
shoot me a
channel.
line. Shoot me a line. I'd like to have a little bit of correspondence.
And if y'all can see a way that we can improve any of this, at my homestead, at his, or whatever, feel free to let us know. If
Yeah,
you see
we've been
something-
here. We've been here for 3 years, and everything that you see done, this all used to be just trees. This was all grown up. I got all the trees out of here. Anything that's been down here, basically me and my wife, we've been out here doing it. And I'm gonna tell you, homesteading is hard work. It is hard work, but it is absolutely worth it.
That's exactly right.
Oh, and one other thing. I want to get another bus to put in right here, because that is the perfect rabbit hut.
Yeah.
You can raise rabbits in this during the summertime. They'll stay cool enough, and you know, I just want to put another one right here to raise rabbits in, and be able to use all that rabbit manure and stuff into the garden. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah. That's the hardest thing about rabbits in the summertime.
Yeah,
and we've done it with success so far. But rabbits, you know, when it gets up to 90 degrees or better, they'll go sterile for 3 months. You know, and you can't have rabbits, or if you do, sometimes the mom won't take care of them, you know, or whatever, because it's just so hot. But you know, I built mine. If y'all haven't seen my rabbit pen video that I made out of the carport, go check that video out. But that was a neat idea, and it's working. But David told me just a couple weeks ago, he was like, I bet one of these buses, because it stays so cool in there, he said, I bet one of these buses would work perfect for. So we're going to try that in the near future.
Well, you start mimicking what's going on in nature. Wild rabbits don't have any problem repopulating in the summertime. And if you're any kind of outdoorsman, if you've been out, you'll see a hole by a tree trunk going into the ground. Well, there's a mama rabbit down in that hole having babies in the middle of the summertime. So, you know, everything that you see here is mimicking nature. What happens in nature, God does not make mistakes. He knows exactly what he's doing. And we're just kind of mimicking that, and, you know, just trying to take it as, just try to get away from the conventional farming and go to the unconventional.
That's right. We're going to have supper here in a few minutes, and then we'll close this video out.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm about ready to eat.
Hey guys, now since they're done, we're gonna go in the ClayBank house and see what Charlotte's doing. This is the ClayBank Homestead home. And by the way, this is my mom and daddy, so this is home to us.
Hey everyone,
Miss Charlotte,
how are y'all?
she is, oh look at that. I wish y'all could smell through camera, because it just looks
Smells
and
wonderful.
smells so great.
We have enjoyed our day down here. This food looks great, smells great, and we thank y'all again for having us.
I'm glad y'all here.
And we're gonna cut this video on down, and we'll see y'all on the next video. And God bless you all.
Father God, we come to you to